Hi, and welcome to your practice. This is Yoga with Emma, and I am Emma. This is approximately a 60-minute class for your hands, a 60-minute yoga class for your hands. So I'll be guiding you through a range of different movements with your hands to guide them towards optimal alignment in daily living, but also within the context of our yoga asana, our postures. And through that, we'll also be strengthening the wrists, the forearms, upper arms, and shoulders. We'll also dive into some mudra work a little bit. We'll end class with Gyan Mudra or Chin Mudra, a mudra that symbolizes universal consciousness. And yeah, should be a really fun class to help also hone in and focus the awareness on a single spot. We often think we're doing that in yoga, but we can always go just a little bit deeper. So today we'll bring that awareness into the hands and really the limitless potential that lives within our amazing, amazing, amazing hands. So go ahead and put on something comfy, roll out your yoga mat, and let's begin.
So begin in a seat, sit up nice and tall, lift the crown of your head, soften your shoulders, gently let your eyes fall shut, relax your jaw, your hips, your knees, and then take a big inhale through your nose and let it go through your mouth. Starting to drop in now. Do two more like that. Inhale through your nose, please. And let it go through your mouth. Final one, inhale. And exhale. From here, gently bring your lips back together. Let your breath return to its natural rhythm. And then start to ride the rhythm of your breath. Riding the inhale, notice that transition at the top of the inhale. Ride the exhale and notice that transition at the bottom of the exhale. All of this without changing anything, just letting the breath come and go effortlessly now. And then from here, I invite you to bring your full awareness to your hands. Bring the palms of your hands to face the ceiling, resting now the back sides of your hands on your thighs. You can keep all 10 fingers spread nice and wide here to start. And then take a moment to maybe wiggle all 10 fingers, noticing what that feels like in the fingers, the hands, and the energy around the fingers and the hands. And then let that go. Let the hands settle into stillness once more. And then from here, just wiggle your thumbs. Your two thumbs, your right thumb, your left thumb, just wiggle them, feeling into your thumbs. And then let them settle back into stillness. And as they settle back into stillness, hold your full awareness in your thumbs. Noticing the fronts and the back sides of your thumbs, the rights and the left sides of your thumbs. Notice the tip of your thumb, your nail, and your nail bed. Thank your thumbs now for all that they do for you. Your thumbs are not the finger that you adorn with jewelry. They're not the finger that gets all the credit for all that they do. So take this time to be thankful for them and to recognize them. Then from here, bring your awareness towards your pointer fingers. Give them a little wiggle, a little shake. And then once that feels complete, let them go. Let them settle into stillness. Notice that you can even soften all the muscles in your fingers. Maybe relax the pointer fingers a little bit more now. Notice how they feel at the front and back sides, the right and left sides, at the very tip and at the nail and nail bed. And then thank your pointer fingers, just as you did your thumbs, for all that they do for you. All that work that they do all day, kind of left unrecognized. And today we bring more awareness into just how great our hands are. Now come to the middle fingers. Give your middle fingers a little wiggle now. Remembering that they are there. Hey, middle fingers. And then let them go. Let them relax into that stillness. Observe all the sides of the middle fingers. The tip of your middle finger. The nail in the nail bed. And then again, sense gratitude for the middle fingers. Moving on, give your ring fingers now a little wiggle. And when you're ready, let that go. Observe all the sides of the ring finger, the tip of the ring finger, the nail in the nail bed. And then take a moment to step into appreciation for the middle, or rather the ring finger. Finally, come to the pinky fingers, giving them now a little wiggle as you've done the rest of your fingers. And then relaxing, softening, finding that stillness with the pinky finger. And putting your whole awareness now into your pinky finger, noticing how it feels on all sides, the tip, the nail bed, and the nail. Take this time to thank your pinky fingers. And then release that, let that go, and settle your full attention now just on both hands, the back sides, the palms, the fingers, the energy around your hands. And with your awareness here, we'll read a little poem that I think speaks to the hands. So it goes like this. When I sleep, the shadows of my hands come to me. They are softer than feathers and warm as creatures who have been close to the sun. They say, we are the giver, and tell of oranges growing on trees. They say, we are the vessel, and tell of journeys through water. They say, we are the cup. And I stir in my sleep, hands pull triggers and cut trees, but the shadows of my hands tuck their heads under wings, waiting for morning, when I will wake braiding 3 strands of hair into one. So as you hold your awareness at your hands for these next few moments, feel the boundless potential in your hands. These vessels of giving and receiving that hold all of life in them, the DNA of your parents and the parents before them and so on. And then with your awareness here, take a moment to set any intention that resonates for you today for this class. Maybe something that ties into the hands and the ideas around the hands, or something else if you'd rather. And as you choose that intention now, take a big inhale through your nose and let it go through your mouth. Let's take 3 breaths together here, in and out through the nose. So next inhale, big inhale, send it down into your low belly. Fill up through your mid belly and rib cage, lift through your chest. And then exhale now through your nose, releasing through your chest, knitting your rib cage back together, pull your belly button back to your spine. 2 more like that, inhale. And exhale. Final round, inhale. And exhale. If your eyes are closed, gently open them now. And we'll start today our movement practice in Tadasana, so standing up. So just begin to consciously, intentionally make your way towards a standing up position at the front of your mat, please. Wonderful. Yeah, and then as you get there, spread your feet hips distance apart. Release your hands alongside of your hips, lengthen through your tail and lift through the crown of your head, getting stronger, getting taller. Now bring your undivided attention to your arms, your wrists, and your hands. Notice first what's going on with the elbows. So make a little slight bend in your elbows so you're not hyperextending your elbows and pulling the back sides of your hands towards the back side of your body. So just a little gentle bend in your elbows. And then bring your awareness down to your wrists and the palms of your hands. Spread all 10 fingers wide and then imagine pressing the palms, the fingers, and the wrists in towards a wall or maybe some other flat surface like a desk or a countertop. So notice that there's no break in the wrist, meaning you're not drawing your fingertips towards your face or hyperextending your fingertips towards the back side of your mat. And keep that imagery of really actively spreading all 10 fingers wide and pressing fingers, palms, wrists in towards that flat surface. Let's take 3 breaths here. Last breath. Now on your next inhale, curl all 8 fingers in towards your palms, and then bring your thumbs on top of your pointer finger and your middle finger. From here, take an inhale, and then now draw the knuckles in towards your arms. So you curl your palms in and up towards your face almost. And then exhale and slowly release, working through the back sides of the forearms. Inhale, curl your knuckles in and towards your forearms. Exhale to let it go. Let's do a few more. Inhale, curl. Exhale, let it go. One more inhale. And exhale. Release your hands, spread all 10 fingers wide once more. Micro bend your knees and very slowly, maybe the most slowly that you've ever done this, reach your arms up and overhead to our extended Tadasana. So slowly as you lift your arms, keep all 10 fingers wide and notice that sense of energy accumulating between your palms as you reach your arms overhead. Now, as your fingers and palms get closer to one another, see if you can connect all the fingers and the palms with your eyes closed. Inhale, great. And then exhale, and very slowly bring your hands through midline as you forward fold. Bend your knees as you forward fold. And then as your hands get to this point where your belly button is, flip your fingertips down towards the mat. Slowly lowering all the way into a ragdoll pose. You might widen your feet a little bit more. You might bend your knees a little bit more. And then grab onto opposite elbows, gently swaying. Take a few breaths more in this ragdoll pose. Letting the weight of your head, the weight of your shoulders, create a little more traction on your spine to deepen through the hamstring muscles. Wonderful. And then from here, start to release the hands, plant them onto your mat, and make your way onto all fours. So we're heading into a tabletop pose. Hands stack under shoulders, knees stack under wrists here. And then again, bring your awareness right away to your hands. So spread all 10 fingers nice and wide. Be sure your pointer finger and middle finger are facing the front of your mat. And then gently claw your fingertips in towards the mat. Press your knuckles down So you're kind of lifting up on your palm here, sort of suction cupping in that way. Take a few rounds of cat-cow, maintain the awareness at the hands and at the wrists, open your heart, lift your gaze, and then exhale, round your spine, drop your chin, drop your gaze. Take a few more like that. And you can always add in any additional movements that your body might be craving here. Maybe some hip circles, some spinal circles, little gentle rocking forward and backward. And then inhale and come through to center. Awesome. So now turn your fingertips out to the left and the right sides of your mat. Your wrists are still right underneath of your shoulders. And then start to sway a little bit left to right, moving your weight from left wrist to right wrist. And then start to take some circles. So now circling your torso over your wrists. Yeah, wonderful. Start to reverse the direction of those circles. And then start to make your way back towards center. Now turn your fingertips back towards your knees if that's possible. That might not be possible in your body, and if so, that's okay. Just do your best here. You might even just keep your fingertips out towards the side of your mat. Option 1, pause and stay, hold. Option 2, sway side to side like we did when the fingertips were out to the sides of our mat. So rock your weight left to right, right to left, and then start to make some circles once more in one direction. And then reverse those circles and take them in the other direction, please. Awesome. Now make your way back to center. Take a big inhale here, and then as you exhale, tuck your toes and slowly pull your hips back towards your heels. As you do, start to peel your hands up and away from the mat. And as you peel your hands away from the mat, keep all 10 fingers spread really wide. So there's tautness, there's tension there. Inhale, and then exhale very slowly, more slowly than you'd like to. Lower your hands down to the mat, knuckles down to the heels of your hands, the palms, great. And then take a few more like that. Inhale, lift your hands up and off of the mat, stretch through your fingertips, and then exhale and lower everything back down. Let's do one more. And lower, great. Now flip your fingertips forward. Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna try something here, and it can be a little bit awkward, but that's okay. Let's give it a go anyway, and I'll give other options if it just isn't working in your body. So come first down onto your forearms, and then bring your right hand over to your left elbow, and then come onto the back side of your arm so your palm is facing upward, your forearm is facing upward. Now walk your knees into your forearm so you make this tight, tight little ball, and then bring your right knee onto your right forearm. And then when your right knee is on your forearm, just wiggle your right knee right to left, forwards and backwards, make little circles with your knee. So you're using your right knee now to massage your forearm. So you can keep doing this, or if this is just not working, you can walk yourself back up and out of this and just form with your left hand. So lots of options here. And the reason we're doing this is because we're working with the hands today. The hands are connected to the forearms, right? So we're opening up through the forearms to assist that flow of energy out and through the hands. Awesome. When this feels complete on this side, let it go. And then walk back up onto both forearms with both fingers facing forward. Take it on the other side now. So bring your left hand to your right elbow, and then come to the back side of your arm with the palm facing up. Now walk your knees into your left arm, bring your left knee onto the left forearm, and then again, take your time to massage into your left forearm. So rock your knee left to right, forwards and backwards, make some circles. Remember, if this is not comfortable for you, no worries, it's not required. Just come out of this and try massaging your left forearm with your right hand. And stay as long as you'd like. And when you feel like that's complete for you, let it go. Walk yourself back up into tabletop pose with the hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. And let's take a child's pose. So bring your toes to touch, let your knees go wide, press your hips back towards your heels, crawl your arms forward. Wonderful child's pose. Rest your head down and onto the mat if that's comfortable. And then for today, make sure to spread all 10 fingers nice and wide and press your fingertips, knuckles into the mat. Again, so that you kind of suction cup your palm up and away from the mat. It's like you're in downward dog, really nice active hands and arms in this child's pose. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And then on your next inhale, come back up to tabletop pose. Walk your hands forward about 6 inches. We'll head into our first downward dog. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Make sure your hands are aligned correctly. All 10 fingers spread wide with the pointer finger and middle finger facing the very top of your mat. Claw your fingertips into the mat. Find the suction cupping of the palm here. And then tuck your toes, lift your knees. With your knees bent, lift your hips up and back to your downward dog. Great. And then as you get to your downward dog, feel free to take any movement that you might like to take to help you settle into this pose. And then bring your awareness to your hands and notice where you're putting the weight in this pose. See if you can even out the weight between all 10 fingers, between all the knuckles, between your palms, wrists, and arms and shoulders. And then just bring a little bit more weight into the pointer finger and the thumb, that L-shaped connection there. Remind yourself to keep clawing your fingers into the mat. Find that little suction cupping action here. And then remind yourself to breathe. Most importantly, always, are you breathing? What is the quality of your breath like here? Inhale, glide forward plank pose. And then exhale, hips up and back, downward dog. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale to glide forward plank pose. Check what's going on with the wrists. Are you stacking your shoulders right over your wrists? And then exhale, hips up and back, downward dog. Last one. Inhale to glide forward into your plank pose. Exhale to drop your knees now and slowly lower all the way to your belly. Now walk your elbows, please, underneath of your shoulders and find your Sphinx pose. And then make sure that your elbows are not only right underneath of your shoulders, but that your wrists are right in line with your elbows. In order to do this, you might take your right hand to your left elbow and your left elbow to, or your left hand to your right elbow. Grab onto opposite elbows and then keep those elbows in place as you return your hands to the mat. So reach your fingertips forward once more. They're like in the shape of an 11. Now spread all 10 fingers wide. Again, really actively claw your fingertips into the mat so much this time that you pull your heart forward between your shoulder blades. Gaze somewhere forward and down so you're not kinking through the neck. Take 2 more breaths. Now close all 10 fingers. So there's no space between the fingers anymore. After all the fingertips are touching each other, the fingers are closed. And then from here, inhale and just open your thumbs. So walk your thumbs in towards midline, spreading and creating space between the thumb and the pointer finger. And then now do the same thing with the pointer finger. Walk your pointer fingers in towards midline, create space between your pointer finger and your middle finger. Do the same thing now with your middle finger. Walk just the middle finger in towards the pointer finger, creating space between the middle finger and the ring finger. Now, ring finger, walk it in towards the middle finger. Finally, your pinky, walk it in towards your ring finger. Awesome. And then we'll walk everything out. So now walk your pinky all the way out towards the outside edge of your mat. Ring finger, middle finger, pointer finger, and thumb. Now spread all 10 fingers wide, finding your alignment for this pose. Inhale, and then let's exhale, lower down, give the arms a little break, rest one cheek onto the mat, take your hands alongside your hips with the palms face up, and let your heels kick out to the side. Resting, breathing, reconnect with your intention now. Notice the energy of your hands, the palms face up here. Maybe you feel a little gentle buzzing, vibrating. Maybe a little heat. Maybe you feel nothing. Whatever you're feeling is all right. Now inhale, please bring your forehead back to center. Bring your hands underneath of your shoulders and press yourself back up through your kneeling plank. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, and shift your hips up and back, downward dog. Wonderful. Inhale here, and then exhale. Start to walk your feet to the very front of your mat, very slowly. Take as many baby steps as you can to get there. And as you do, just notice the weight pouring into the shoulders, arms, hands, and then start to thank your hands for holding you up here. Exhale when you get to the front of your mat. Inhale, bring your hands to your shins. Take a halfway lift with a long flat back. Gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, push your feet into the mat. Rise to stand. Sweep your arms overhead. Bring your palms together now. And then hands to heart. Tadasana, mountain pose. Beautiful. Good job, friends. Let's step the left foot back to a warrior two position. So open your hips to the left side of your mat, align your right heel with the left arch. And then let's straighten through the front knee to start. Bring your arms overhead, palms together. Inhale. Exhale, bend into your front knee for your warrior two. Beautiful. Two more. Inhale, reach your arms overhead, palms come together. Imagine moving through mud or molasses. So there's this little tension or as you move. So lower now. One more. Inhale, reach your arms overhead, palms touch. And then exhale, lower back down to your warrior two. Great. Now, gaze at your front hand to make sure that everything is aligned so that there's no crease in the wrist, either on the top or the bottom side of your wrist. Spread all 10 fingers wide. And imagine here pressing your hand down and into a flat surface. So there's something like 28 joints in the hand. So there's so many ways that we can work on some subtle awareness to develop better, more optimal alignment in the hands. So peek in not only on the wrist, but on all the little joints, the knuckles. And then do the same thing, check in with your back hand, spread all 10 fingers wide. Notice that there's no crease in the wrist. Imagine pressing your hand into a flat surface, noticing what's happening at each and every joint. Wonderful. And then from here, bring all 5 fingers of the right hand together. Inhale, and then exhale, move your hand and wrist as one unbroken unit as you drop your fingertips down towards the ground. Inhale, lift your hand as one unbroken moving unit and lift your fingertips towards the ceiling now. You can give this back hand a break if it's getting a little tired and just wrap it around towards your right hip as you keep going. Drop your fingertips down towards the mat. Inhale and lift, and now lift your fingertips all the way up towards the ceiling. One more. Wonderful. Release, extend now your left arm back behind you, straighten from your front leg, bring your hands to your hips, turn your right toes to the long side of your mat and turn your left toes to the back side of your mat. We'll do that all on the other side. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Nice and slow, a little bit of tension there, mud or molasses as you exhale into your warrior two. Inhale and straighten, please bring your palms together. Exhale, warrior two. One final round like that, inhale. And exhale, wonderful. Take the time, please, to check in with both wrists, with both hands, and with all of the joints in those hands. And then when that check-in feels complete, bring all 5 fingers of the front hand together. You can relax this right hand if you'd like. And then exhale and lower your fingertips down towards the mat. Imagine the hand moving as that one unbroken unit. Inhale, lift. And then lift your fingertips all the way towards the ceiling. Keep going with your breath at your pace. So when I say one unbroken unit, I basically mean that we're not overly hyper extending through the fingers, the elbow, anything like that. We're not flexing too much. So we're moving the wrist and the hand all together. Take one more. Inhale into your warrior two. Exhale, straighten your front leg, bring your hands to your hips, turn your toes to the long side of your mat, and then switch once more, turn your right toes to the front of your mat. And this time we'll stay in our triangle pose. So inhale, bring your hands shoulder height. Exhale, soften your shoulders. Inhale, reach your fingertips forward towards your right toes, and then exhale, engage your core, pull your shoulders back over your hips. Two more. Inhale, reach, reach, reach. Engage your right knee to lift up on your knee and engage the quadricep rather. Inhale to center, or exhale. One more. Inhale, reach. Exhale to center. Now inhale and reach. Bring your hand down to your leg, maybe a block, maybe a mat, and then reach your left arm towards the ceiling. Now spread all 10 fingers wide, check in with your wrist, imagine pressing your hand into a flat surface here, and then spread your fingers a little wider, particularly for this next exercise. Take an inhale, and then on your next exhale, bring the left thumb and pointer finger together. Keep all the other fingers spread wide, and then release that. Now bring your middle finger and your thumb together. Keep all the fingers spread wide, and then release that. Bring your ring finger and your thumb together. Keep all the other fingers spread wide. Now release that. Final one, pinky finger and thumb together. Keep the other fingers spread wide. Now release that. Wonderful, friends. Engage your core. Next, inhale, rise to center. Exhale, release your hands to your hips. Turn your toes to the long side of your mat, and then take it on the other side. So please send your left toes to the back side of your mat for a triangle pose. Inhale, reach your arms shoulder height. Exhale, pause. Inhale, reach left fingertips forward, forward, forward. Exhale, pull your shoulders back over your hips. Inhale, reach forward. Remember to engage your quadricep by lifting up on your knee. And then exhale, come to center. Inhale and reach. Exhale, come to center. Inhale and reach, and then this time release your hand down onto your leg, maybe the block, maybe a mat, and extend your opposite arm, right arm, towards the ceiling. Check in with the alignment of the wrist, the hands, and the fingers. And then from here, spread all 5 fingers of the right hand, just a little more. Exhale, pointer finger and thumb touch. All other fingers spread wide. Release that. Middle finger and thumb touch. All the other fingers spread wide. Release that. We're really slow here. Pointer or ring finger and thumb touch. Now release that. Final one, pinky finger and thumb touch. Beautiful. Release that. Inhale and rise. Exhale, hands to hips. Turn your toes towards the front of your, or the long side of your mat now, and then turn your right toes to the front of your mat. Okay, so let's close the hips. So start here by widening your right foot towards the right side of your mat a little more, and step your back foot in about halfway. Grab onto your hips and turn them so that they are parallel to the front of your mat. Now bring your right hand to the base of your spine with your palm face open. Inhale and lift your left bicep by your ear. Now make sure to draw your right hip back, left hip forward so that your hips are parallel to one another now. And then as you exhale, start to forward fold over your extended leg. Imagine paralleling your spine with the bones of your right leg. Engage your core, inhale and rise. Exhale and start to find your forward fold once more, maybe moving a little more deeply into the forward fold this time. Inhale and rise. And let's just do one more. Exhale and start to forward fold over your extended leg. Option to release your left hand to your leg, or you can take your left hand around to the back side of your body. Grab onto your left wrist with your right fingers clasping, and you can forward fold this way. Shrug your shoulders away from your ears. Even out the weight in your feet. Imagine hugging your inner thighs together and keep lifting your right hip and dropping your left. Now find your exhale and utilize it to deepen a little more into this pose. Inhale, micro bend your knees, engage your core, rise all the way to standing, release your hands, beautiful, and then turn to the long side of your mat and switch directions. So turn your left toes to the back side of your mat, step your right foot in towards your left foot. Make sure again that your feet are nice and wide here, and then bring your hands to your hips to shift your right hip forward, left hip back. Now bring your left hand this time to the base of your spine with your palm face open. And then inhale, lift your right arm towards the ceiling. Exhale, start to hinge from your hips, folding forward now. Imagine paralleling your spine with the left leg bones. Inhale and rise. Exhale and fold. Inhale and rise. One final round, exhale and fold. And as you choose your hold here, option to bring your hand to your leg, option to swing your right wrist all the way around for the left fingertips and take the clasp. Even out the weight in your feet, please. Again, imagine squeezing your inner thighs towards each other. Lift your left hip and drop your right. And then find your exhale. Deepen with every exhale. On an inhale, engage through your core. Push your feet into the mat to stand. Release your hands, turn to the long side of your mat, and then turn to the front of your mat. Come to Tadasana at the front of your mat. Great. Okay, let's sit down into chair pose. So option one, you might bring your toes together with your heels about an inch or two apart. Option two, feet right underneath of your hips, so hips distance. And then from here, sit your hips back, back, back. Gaze down, make sure that you can see your toes so that your knees aren't moving over your toes. They're stacking behind your toes. And then let's start by bringing the hands to the heart. Lengthen your tail, pull your belly button back, remove that little arch at the low back. Now inhale, extend your arms forward. Wonderful. With the palms face down, plug your shoulders back into their sockets. And then bring all 10 fingertips together. So fingers aren't spread here, but fingers are together. Now from here, take an inhale. And then as you exhale, split the palms towards the ceiling without rotating through the upper arms and shoulders. Exhale, lower the palms or release the palms back down towards the mat. And we'll keep going like this, flipping palms towards the ceiling with an inhale. Trying to do that just from the forearms. Exhale, palms down towards the mat. One more. Inhale here, and then exhale, bring your hands to your heart, start to forward fold. And again, when your hands get to this belly button place, turn your fingertips down towards the mat as you forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, gaze forward. And then exhale, plant your hands, step back, plank pose. So you can flow here if you'd like, or you can head back to a downward dog. If you're flowing, drop your knees or leave them lifted. Inhale, exhale, lower to your belly. Inhale, with your hands under your shoulders, lift your heart to a cobra pose. Let's actually hold here, just a few breaths. As you hold, lift your hands up and off of the mat, please. Spread all 10 fingers wide. And notice what's going on with the hands. I notice I get really fidgety here. The fingertips like to wiggle and move around, move about. So if that's you, see if you can still them a little bit more here. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, press yourself back up to your kneeling plank or full plank, and then lift your hips up and back to your downward dog. On an inhale, step your left foot between your hands. You can grab your ankle, pull it forward and through if you need to. Step your back foot in a little bit and turn your toes to a 45-degree angle to the right side of your mat. Hug your inner thighs together, press your right hip forward, left hip back. And then inhale, rise, lift your arms overhead into your warrior one pose, Virabhadrasana 1. Great. So you might choose now to lengthen your stance. You might choose to shorten your stance. Make sure whatever you choose that you can keep pressing into the pinky toe side edge of your right foot. So stay really active through both legs. Now with your arms overhead, spread all 10 fingers wide, and then close all 10 fingers. And then maybe do that again. See which one feels more appropriate for you in this moment, and then just take that option. So plugging into our intuition a little bit here. One more big breath, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands on either side of your front foot. Step your front foot back to meet your back foot, plank pose. Drop your knees or leave them lifted as you lower to your belly. Inhale for cobra pose. Exhale to lower. Inhale, press yourself up through your kneeling plank or plank. Find downward dog. On your next inhale, now step your right foot between your hands. Step your left foot in, turn your toes to a 45-degree. Hug your inner thighs together, draw your right hip back, left hip forward, and then rise to your warrior one, Virabhadrasana one on this side. Great. Now again, you might lengthen your stance, you might shorten your stance. Just be sure that you can keep pressing weight into the pinky toe side edge of your back leg, your left leg. Play around again with widening your fingers and drawing your fingers together, and then choosing the variation that just feels the best for you today. Big breath into the lungs, the chest, the heart. And then as you exhale, plant your hands on either side of your front foot. Step your front foot back to meet your back foot. Take one final flow today or skip it. You might lower down halfway this time. Untuck your toes, find your upward dog. And then exhale, we'll all meet in a downward dog, final downward dog with class. On your exhale, drop down and onto your knees and make your way into a seat, please. Great. We'll take down Dandasana with our wrists curled. So at the beginning of class, we did some wrist curls. So we're going to touch back on that here and now. And we're just going to hold the wrist curl. So come to a seat with your legs extended out in front of you. Release your hands alongside of your hips with the palms facing the ceiling. Now curl all 8 fingers in towards your palms, and then bring your thumbs over top of your pointer finger and your middle finger. So you're resting on the back sides of your hands here. Now draw your shoulders back and down, but squeeze your shoulders into their sockets. Lengthen through your spine, getting nice and tall. Parallel your chin with the mat. Now flex your toes back towards your belly button, so much so that the heels peel away from the mat and hover. Engage your thighs, lift your kneecaps. There's a lot going on here. So sometimes it can be challenging to stay with the breath. That's okay. Invite yourself to soften around that and to come to your breath and to stick with it anyway. One more breath. And as you exhale, let it all go. Release all of that. Maybe wiggle through your legs a little bit. And then inhale, reach your arms overhead. And exhale, let's hinge from the hips and forward fold. So release your hands wherever they might land today. Shrug your shoulders back and down and away from your ears. Flex your toes towards your heart and reach your heart for your toes. So this is how you keep the nice long flat back, by flexing your toes to your heart and drawing your heart towards your toes. Notice that there's this little tilt of the pelvis, this little tiny arch at the low back that helps propel the heart towards the toes. And then take 3 breaths here with nice long exhales to help you deepen. Inhale to rise, and then bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees go wide for Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. Draw your heels in towards your sitting bones as much as you can today while still maintaining a tall seat. Draw your elbows into your rib cage, lift the crown of your head, inhale to prepare, and then exhale, start to press your heart forward now, any degree. So if you are already feeling a lot of sensation just sitting up tall, then please stay there. As that sensation starts to dissolve and ease, let yourself fold forward a little bit more then. So you can keep the neck nice and long here by gazing forward somewhere, or if you would like a little bit of work through the neck, then you're welcome to drop your chin to your chest and maybe start to roll one ear towards one shoulder and then the other. Inhale, start to rise to a seat. And then we'll take our final twist now. So let's go ahead and sit in a cross-legged position with the right leg in front of the left. So you can stay like this, or if it's in your practice to take a half lotus, then you're welcome to move to half lotus as well. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. And then exhale, bring your left hand over to your right knee. Bring your right hand to the base of your spine and spin your sternum to the right side. Press yourself into a tall seat. Inhale. Exhale, pull your belly button deeper. Maybe even draw your chin over your right shoulder and your gaze as far to the right as you possibly can. If you're in this half lotus, you might reach your right hand around for your left toes and take the bind. And then on an inhale, start to unwind, and we'll take it on the other side. So lean back, just so that you can switch the cross of your legs. So now your left leg is in front. Great. Maybe take half lotus if that's in your practice. Inhale, reach your arms overhead, and then exhale, right hand to left knee, left hand to the base of your spine. Sit up tall, please. Inhale. Exhale, start to twist. Use every exhale to pull your belly button back, to twist a little deeper. Maybe draw your chin over your left shoulder and your gaze as far to the left as you can. Option, if it's in your practice, to grab onto your left toes for the bind. Next, inhale, please come to center. Awesome. And then as you exhale, release your legs, and then bend your knees, plant your feet, scoot your hips into the middle area of your mat so that you can lie down. And as you lie down, take your knees into your chest and give yourself a hug. You might choose to take a happy baby here if you'd like. You might extend through one leg and then the other. And if there's any other movements that you'd like to take, now is that time. Otherwise, when you're ready, draw your forehead in towards your knees, make a tight little ball as you inhale. And then as you exhale, start to lie down in your Shavasana, corpse pose. Extend your legs wide. And then before you extend your arms, bring the palms together and start to rub the palms together vigorously, creating heat, creating friction, creating energy. And as you feel that heat build, release the hands and cup the palms over the eyes. Let that heat, that friction, that energy in through the eyes to help you relax the eyes, the space behind the eyes, the brain, to settle. Starting to let the darkness in as we move to our final rest. Release your hands now alongside your hips with the palms face up. Take one final big inhale through your nose and let it go through your mouth. Releasing control of your body, releasing control of your breath. Releasing control of this practice and becoming a receptive vessel receiving the benefits of your practice now. Soften through your legs, through your hips, chest, and arms. Relax your neck, your head. Smooth out your forehead. Relax your eyes, cheeks, jaw, lips, and the inside of your mouth. Your teeth can part and your tongue can click away from the roof of your mouth. Relax. 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 Without changing a thing now, just bring your attention to your hands. Without moving, feel the energy around your hands, forearms, upper arms, shoulders. Observe this energy as heart-centered energy. So the arms and the hands are extensions of our heart, extensions of love. Feel the back sides of your hands, your palms, and all your fingers. And when it feels right, start to bring the thumb to connect with the tip of each and every finger. Gently rubbing the thumb and the tip of the finger together. Gently starting to wake. Maybe start to roll your wrists, roll your ankles. Yeah, just starting to wake up in whatever way feels good. Maybe rock your head side to side, pull your knees into your chest, or take a full body stretch. And then when that's complete, roll off to one side. Use your hands now to press yourself up and into a seat. And then take a moment now to find a comfortable seat. We'll be here for about 3 minutes. So sit up nice and tall, lift through the crown of your head. Bring your hands to your thighs, and then flip your palms face up. Connect your pointer finger and thumb in Gyan Mudra or Chin Mudra. This is a mudra meant to connect yourself with all of consciousness. It's meant to be a mudra to let you remember and know and honor that side of you that is the receptive vessel, the side of you that's already enlightened. So as you hold this mudra, bring your awareness to the place where the pointer finger and the thumb connect, and simply hold your awareness there. Anytime the mind wanders, just notice it wandering and bring it right back with compassion. Not worried that it wandered, not worried what it wandered off to. Just letting that go and coming back to the pointer finger and the thumb connected. You connected with the universal consciousness, the spirit of all. When I sleep, the shadows of my hands come to me. They are softer than feathers and warm as creatures who have been close to the sun. They say we are the giver and tell of oranges growing on trees. They say we are the vessel and tell of journeys through water. They say we are the cup. And I stir in my sleep, hands pull triggers and cut trees, but the shadows of my hands tuck their heads under wings waiting for morning, when I will wake braiding 3 strands of hair into one. Shift your awareness now to all of the amazing things that your hands have done for you in your life, all of the amazing things they will do today for you, and the limitless potential that lives in these hands, the limitless potential that we can use for good. Maybe consider how you might use that today. When you're ready, release the mudra, extend pointer finger and thumb. Take a big inhale and sweep your arms overhead, bring your palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. Thank yourself now for showing up to class today. And I thank you for showing up to class today as well. The light in me sees and so deeply honors and cherishes the light in each and every one of you. Thank you again for coming to class today. From my heart to yours, namaste.